Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at your guys' chart requests from both the live chart requests and also over here inside the Discord under the chart request thread. We left off last week at XRP from Christian, so we're just going to go ahead and start here today. We're going to be taking a look at these charts. If you guys have chart requests on the live, get them in the live chat. I will be taking them directly from the chat. And also, if you're watching the replay, if you don't have time to show up to the lives, you guys can put them over here in the chart request section in the Discord, and we will eventually get to it. So the first one we're starting with here today is XRP. Not a lot developing on XRP's chart other than we did get a red dot print last week. Okay, just because there's a red dot doesn't mean we have to panic. Does that mean we can go lower? Yes, absolutely. But truly, nothing really changes on our perspective on XRP right here as long as the price holds this low from February. So in February, we were all the way down at $1.10. Okay, we hit $1.11 back in February, so we're still higher than the low back in February, so that's the support level we're watching. The thing I do like about XRP is the fact that we are sitting right on our 4-year moving average. So again, we look at things from a long-term perspective here, guys. We're not day traders. Anytime we take a trade, we're typically looking out 1 to 6 months. So when we buy something, we're not looking to sell it till a minimum of 6 months down the road. Okay, but when you see this, right, the mean, okay, when prices here into the mean, this is when we want to be, buying, right? Because if you want to buy something at a fair price, you want to buy it at the average. Mean is just another word for average. We never want to buy when it's way up off the mean. We want to either buy into the average or below the average. So that's the cheat sheet over there in the Discord, which you guys can get access to for free. But you can see that blue line. That represents the average price over 4 years, okay? Not a lot of people talking about XRP right now, okay? Not as many as that we're talking about it up here, right? Everybody and their mother was talking about XRP up here at $3.50. Everybody wanted to buy it up here, right? That's why it's called the mania phase, because everyone's just, right, it's going to 10,000 by the end of the year, right? You name it, right? Everybody's bullish. This is when, right, we want to sell, right? We got our sell signal right there in August back at 330, 340, or 350. Okay, somewhere in the 330 to 350 range. We should have been selling right here, at least taking some profits off the table. What I like about XRP now is that it's into the average. So we're buying it at the average price. So we're getting a fair price for XRP if you're looking at things over the last 4 years. I like XRP here, and I would be a buyer still. SRFM. So again, you got the red dot. So guess what? You're going to get another opportunity to buy this thing on a green dot now. Because again, the last green dot came back here in March. That was literally at $1.30. So we're sitting right at the price we got this signal at, right? So we're still at the same level from March, right? Everybody wants this big explosive move to the upside, but not a lot of people can just sit through the consolidation and be patient, right? Building a position here, right? You had from 2023 to 2024, almost a year to just buy as much XRP as possible, right? Buying here, buying here, buying here, right? And then when it went like this, up to $3 to $3.50, this is when you should have been selling once you got these red dots here on the chart. Okay, we want to sell the red dots up here. Don't really care about them down here. Can we use a stop loss at 110 if we think it's going to sink all the way down to 50 cents? Yes, but ultimately with crypto, I'm just holding. If it goes down lower, I'll just buy more. I'll just add more to my bags. But if you want to use risk management, again, you can use a stop loss at like 120. You could even move it down to 110. Just depends on your strategy and your outlook on XRP. If you're bullish on this thing for the long term, I think it looks like a great price to be buying here at 130. I see one for Psych for SRFM. This looks like a stock, so this one's gotten absolutely hammered. You got your signal back here at around $1. So this is a penny stock. Again, look where it bounced back here in 2024. It bounced right there at 93 cents. That's sitting pretty close to 93 cents. It's trying to put in a double bottom. If you believe in this company, okay, it looks like a good time to buy. Again, our strategy is to buy our assets when the wave is down here, given a green dot, and we want to sell, okay, when it's up here. Okay, that's what we're looking for. How's it going in the chat today? We got, whoa, where's my chat? Oh, there it is. How's everyone doing today? We got Marlog, we got Rob in the chat. We got 007, we got Candy, we got Slow Train, we got Jason. Hope y'all are having a great Tuesday. Hopefully everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend. Just sending you guys blessings and happy to be back at it. DPZ, this is Domino's Pizza. Look at this thing. I'm a fan of Domino's Pizza. I'm not going to lie. If I'm going to order pizza, I'm ordering it for Domino's. Okay, I don't know if you guys are with me on that, but this thing's literally sitting down here at the 2023 low. So you're sitting at about a 3-year low right now, so the lowest price in 3 years. Once again, if you believe in Domino's as a company, right, you're buying it at the lowest price in 3 years. Okay, you're getting at the lowest price in 3 years. Again, time to sell, way up here at 500. Okay, when the wave is up here. When this wave is down here, again, we consider ourselves Spartans, but we also look at ourselves as farmers, guys. We are building assets. We are buying assets, accumulating assets, right? We don't want to hold cash. We want to hold assets. So how we look at investing is when this blue wave is down here, this just means things are beat up, right? Look how far this wave is down here. We've gotten a bunch of buying opportunities on Domino's Pizza, okay? But when the wave is up here, okay, this is harvesting season. So planting season, every time you get one of these dots, you plant a seed, right? Plant a seed, plant a seed. Can you use stop losses? Absolutely, on these red dots, like I just talked about on XRP, okay? But we're not selling this position until it comes up here, okay, and gives us a red dot, till we're that extended off of that 4-year average, okay? Again, I want to go back to the XRP chart real quick for you, okay? Once again, right there on the mean. Let's take, you see, again, everyone was talking about XRP up here at 350, right? Everybody and their mother, if you guys were around in July, XRP, 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 that was the talk of the town. What's the talk of the town right now, guys? What's everybody talking about? What's everybody buying? What's everybody going after? It's the chip stocks. Why are they doing it? Well, look at that chart, okay? Parabolic move. This is where retail just wants to, look at that. It's hitting 900 here after hours. I made a video saying to short this or sell it right here at 775, and of course I got everybody trolling me now, but again, we're not buying assets up here, guys. I don't care if it's the greatest company in the world. It's 79% off of the 4-year average. Okay, we're technical traders here. We don't trade just on fundamentals. We want to buy good quality assets at a great price. Okay, again, how do we know if we're getting a great price? Well, the easiest way for us to look at it is from a 4-year perspective, right? If you're buying it at the average over 4 years at that blue line, you're getting a fair price, okay? If you're buying stuff way up here when everyone's talking about it, when Trump's tweeting about it, right? When all the news, that's all they're talking about, right? It's the mania phase, guys. It's the mania phase. It's up. You're up here. This is when people are enthusiastic, okay? We want to buy when no one's happy, right? When I'm saying buy, when I buy things, people look at me like I'm an idiot, right? I bought MU down here at like $70, $80, okay? No one was talking about MU back here in April 2025. I can guarantee you that. But we bought it. I didn't hold all the way to the top, okay, because I have a selling strategy that I just sell when I get the red dot up here, okay, and I'm totally fine with that. My goal is to be consistent. My goal is not, with this strategy, is not to hit home runs like this. Would this be nice? Absolutely. But I was perfectly fine buying right here at $70 and selling. I either sold it like 135 or I sold that dot at like 220. I can't remember. I played options though and made like 300%. But hopefully you guys get the point. Again, we want to buy good quality assets at a great price. Is MU a good quality asset? Is it a strong company? Absolutely. The answer to that question is yes, no doubt. Okay, but is it at a great price to buy right now? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. And that's all we're looking at here. Okay, so if you want to buy something 80% off the average, that's fine. That's like going to Walmart because they got a sign outside that says everything's 80% more expensive. And then everyone's just running into the store to buy all their stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? I try to think about things based off of data and off of logic, not what Twitter says or what Trump says or what anybody else says. So hopefully that makes sense. What do we got in the chat? We got any chart requests? What's going on, Andre? What's going on, William? What's going on, Albert? Hugh, how you doing? I see one for Hugh for TE. TE is T1 Energy. Okay, once again, where'd your signal come? Boom, right there in May, $5. It's now sitting up here at 10. So I'm guessing this one's probably in the red zone. Yes, it is. So I personally would be taking some off here. If you want to let this one rip, go ahead. Look for the weekly red dot if you want to let it rip. But again, your opportunity to buy this was right here in May at around $5. You're already up 100%. Normally when I'm up 100% on a position, I will sell half of that position, at least half. But I am perfectly happy making 100% on my trades, guys. I'm not going for the 800, 900, right, 1,000% moves. I don't care about those. I want to be consistent. Okay, we talked about baseball a little bit last week. Okay, baseball, right, Grand Slam. A Grand Slam trade is if you bought, right, Micron down here and you're still holding. That's a Grand Slam. Okay, Our goal is just to get on base. We just want to be consistent traders. If you can make 100% on every single one of your trades, you're going to do very well in the markets, okay? So I would be looking for a weekly green dot and potentially even trimming some here up in the red zone. It is breaking out over the red zone, so that means it can go into price discovery. We would not be buying up here. We never buy when price is in the red zone. We play cautious, right? We want to put at least a stop loss at like $8. I think you should trim some here, at least 25 to 50% on the next either red dot here on the daily or the red dot here on the weekly. I see one here for Albert in the chat for Hemi, Hemi. Is that right? Oh, it's a crypto. Hemi crypto looks like a new crypto again. Looks like a rug pull. It's all the way down at the lowest price ever. If you believe in the project, you're buying it at the lowest price it's ever been. So, again, do your fundamental research. Technically, again, it's at the lowest price it's ever been. So if you think it's going up, it's never been a better time to buy than right now. QBTS, this is that quantum computing play Trump was talking about. It got the green dot back here at 14. I think Trump said something right in here. So this thing's still trending up. I just wait for a red dot to sell this one on QBTS. Still got a ways to go up here to the red zone. My first target to sell would be somewhere around 40 to 45. Again, we want to sell the red dot. You guys know this by now, right? The red dot in the red zone on the daily chart is where we look to sell. If you guys don't know what the red zone is, this is called a Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, we use about 7 different indicators here on our channel. Okay, if you guys don't have the indicators, you guys can download them right here in the trading indicator tab. That will get you my whole entire trading layout, all the indicators we're going to talk about here today. And I have a free trading course right here that you guys can watch that will explain each and every one and how we use it if you guys are new to the channel. But typically we normally aim for the red zone in our trade. So again, you got another probably 60 to 70% to go back up here to the red zone. I think this one looks good. Quantum computing is a very big trend right now. And I like it. I'd be a holder, and I'd be watching for either a red dot on the weekly or for price to get back up here to the red zone. I'd be a holder of that one. Again, our buying opportunity came right here in April. Okay. Again, I tell you guys, if you're using our strategy, you literally get one good time a year to buy your asset. One good time a year, probably like a 1 to 3 month window if you're using our strategy once a year. We're not making a million trades a year. Okay, we might be buying assets throughout the year, but we're only buying assets like QBTS one time a year if you're following the strategy. That's on the green dot down here below the white line. Again, that came at $16 to $18. You're already up 100% on the trade. You already doubled your money. So I'd be a holder of this, and again, just waiting for our sell signal. And again, you guys will learn all about our sell signals in that free trading course if you guys are new. I know a lot of you are probably from the Discord. GLW, again, how far are we off the 4-year average? Okay, we are 68% off the 4-year average. So absolutely, we are taking profits on this as technical traders. Again, if it's a fundamental play and it's just going to keep going up, that's a different strategy. When price gets that far off of the mean, we sell. Okay, if my name is sitting 50% off the 4-year average, I'm selling. This one's sitting 66 to 68% as we speak. Okay, all the way down there at 65 would be the average price over 3 years. So again, red dot in the red zone is where we take profit. That came at 209. I'd be selling that one there at 200. I see one for APT. That's a crypto. I like this one. I like this one based on the monthly chart. It has a monthly alert here. So I don't know much about this this project. I know it's a stablecoin protocol, but they have our monthly signal. The monthly signal is going to be one of the most accurate swing trade signals we can get here from our indicator. Okay, it does have a red weekly, but this thing looks fine as long as it holds on to like 70 cents. I would be buying this one down here off the green monthly if I believed in the project. I don't have time to research all these dang projects now. I am now up to 40 names in my portfolio. I did make a trade today. I called that out over in the Discord, but I bought ACN today. So ACN's just gotten absolutely hammered. This company makes $18 billion a quarter. They're an AI software play, so they're very involved in AI. And again, they made $18 billion last quarter. That's a ton of money. That's $18 billion in revenue in 3 months. So they're a massive company, right? And look how far their stock went down from 400 all the way down here to 177. I took this trade. It's trading at about a 14 PE ratio. Warren Buffett considers really cheap for a stock. 15 means really cheap according to Warren Buffett, and this is sitting at 14. So it's actually cheaper than what Warren Buffett would consider cheap in regards to their books. Again, stock's been pummeled. I'd rather buy a stock that looks like this than a stock that looks like this. Okay, that's just me though. The moves happen, right? MU's up 800% on the year. from here to here is like 800%. That's over actually 1,000% if you bought this signal. If you guys bought this weekly signal down here and you're still holding, okay, which would be insane, which most likely you're not because you would have took profits on the way up because that's just what we do. 1,400% off of the weekly signal down here from April. So that was 1 year. A 1 year hold would have been 1,400% if you're still holding. Again, I sold mine right here or right here. I can't remember if I sold this red dot. It was probably the first one because, again, I'm just disciplined. Okay, if something keeps going, it does, like I'm literally not losing sleep over it. I just kind of laugh at it. Okay, again, perfectly fine making 100% on every trade. Again, if you could do that, if you could be consistent doing that, you're going to do very well in these markets. Cypher. Again, waves way up here. Opportunity to buy was down here at 14. You missed that one. Again, you had an opportunity to buy back there in April and an opportunity right here in April this year. So April and April were both the months to buy this year. Again, that thing's taken off. It's up in the red zone, touching the top of the fib. I'd be taking profits on Cypher here. HYLN. I think we covered this yesterday. Yeah, we're taking profits. Again, big move up. You know, if you're holding for a fundamental reason, great, but we're taking profits right there at 660. ACHR, that's a stock, anchor stock. This looks good. Okay, you got the green dot back here in April, right there around 5 to 550. Okay, the bottom right there, that's telling you that, hey, $5 is the bottom. So if you bought it there closer to 5, great. It's sitting at 650 now. We'd just be waiting for either the weekly red. It's breaking out over the EMAs there as well. I like it above this low right here from March. Okay, so we'd be looking for the green dailies. It looks like you got one yesterday or on Friday at like 6. Targets up here in the red zone between 12 and 13 on ACHR. I think this is a drone maker, but again, they barely make any money. I mean, they make $1.6 million a quarter, which isn't very much. So they're like a penny stock right now. No problem, Hugh. Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, God bless the Spartan Army, man. I love you guys. I pray for you guys every day, man. Hope you guys are doing well. Things are looking good. We got INJ here from the chat. I got INJ got the signal back here at around $3. I think I bought this one at like 270 off this green dot here from April. Yeah, right around 270, 280. I'm up pretty big on my position, but again, we're not even really close to the red zone yet, right? This is a nice trend. We're waiting for that explosive move. I really like INJ still. You got a long way to go up there to the red zone, right? You're talking anywhere from 120 to 150% back to the red zone from here. Again, we bought down here at like 270 off the monthly, okay? And again, that monthly signal is a very accurate reversal signal, and I think INJ is going to absolutely rip. I think this is a really good name, really under the radar name here. Again, targeting up here at around 14 on that one. I see another one here in the chat for Uni. If you guys got those chart requests, just get them in the chat. I'm taking them from the chat and the Discord. Uniswap still looking good down here at 3. It does have a red dot. So again, when you get the red dot, guys, there's 3 things that you can do. The first thing, nothing. Just sit on your hands and see what happens. Second thing, set a stop loss. Where you want to set a stop loss is at the previous low. The previous low would be this candle right here from February, right there at 280. Okay, so I normally put it a little bit below that price. So if it's 280, I might put it at like 270. Okay, so that's, you can put a stop loss at 270, or you can short it, right? You can go short on Uniswap. I wouldn't short Uniswap here. I think it looks really good still around $3. Again, we're just kind of stuck in a consolidation phase, right? Markets do 3 things according to our cheat sheet. Okay, they go sideways, they go up, and they go down. Right now, I think some of these alts are just stuck in this phase right here. Okay, this is actually called the smart money phase. So when people just go, when things just go sideways like this, okay, not a bad time to be buying because there's not any hype, right? Not everyone's talking about it and tweeting about it and having a good time, and Trump's not talking about it or tweeting about it. Okay, we want to buy when things are quiet. Okay, people are very loud up here. People are very quiet down here. Okay, so I still like Uni down here at 3. Again, you can set a stop loss at like 280 or 270 if you want to set a stop loss off of this sell signal. Because again, this is a potential sell signal. Can this signal go away by the end of the week? Yes, it can. But if you want to use caution and play defensive, okay, put a stop loss right there at 270. What else we got? I see one here for Canton. If you guys could just drop the ticker for me. Don't type the company name out. Just drop the ticker. Canton, this one's just too new. I can't really tell you much about it. There's just not a lot of data. No data on the indicator yet. I would definitely be using a stop loss right there around 14 cents. I see one for DGB from Josh in the chat. DGB is getting tanked here. I mean, this thing is on the floor. So lowest price it's ever been. Again, if you believe in an asset and it's at the lowest price it's ever been in history, as a technical trader, I'm going to tell you it's a good time to buy. I don't know anything about this company, but again, it's at the lowest price that it's ever been. So logically, it'd be the best time ever to buy. XLM, that one also got a red dot last week. So again, stop loss can be set right here at 13 cents. You can short it if they have an ETF, or you're able to short on your platform, or you can just sit here and do nothing and wait for the next green dot to average in again, right? You're buying here at 20, you're buying here at 15, and you're gonna get another opportunity to buy somewhere down here in this area. So I still like XLM here at 14 cents. I think it looks good. Again, we're just going sideways. We're just consolidating, doing what we did back here. See, we went red, green, red, green. We weren't going anywhere. We were just stuck. And then all of a sudden, boom, rip. And where was everybody talking about XLM last year? Up here at 60 cents. Everyone wants to be a buyer up here. Nobody wants to buy down here. Does that make sense? That's why we get called stupid when we're buying down here, because no one else is interested, because it just went down 90%, right? But up here, everybody wants to buy. Everyone's a buyer up here. Us at Overkill Trading, we want to buy right down here. We're planting seeds down here. Plant a seed, plant a seed, plant a seed, right? Dollar cost averaging into positions. And then when it does this, what do? When everyone's talking about it, when everyone's excited, when everyone's having a good time, what do? Up here, okay? We sell, right? This is the best fear and greed index you can have. People are fearful down here. People are greedy up here. We want to buy when people are fearful and bored and angry. Okay, and we want to sell up here when they're really excited. Like right now, if you're not selling MU, I don't know what to tell you, right? If you're trying to squeeze out, if you think it's going to go to 1,000 and you're trying to squeeze out another 10% on that trade, all the power to you, okay? But again, this is up 1,400%, 1,400% from our signal, okay? What's another 10%, right? Again, the goal is not to time the exact top. The goal is not to time the exact top. We want to get out somewhere close, right? If you think it's going to 1,000 and you sell it at 850, no one's going to be mad at you, dude. You made profit, right? Profit is profit. And the people flexing their big gains, guess what? Those gains don't matter unless they lock those gains in. A trade is not recorded until you lock it in. A loss is not a loss until you sell it for a loss. A win is not a win until you sell it for a win. So again, this is where greed kicks in. Right? We don't want to be greedy. We want to be consistent. Let's go back here to the Discord real quick. We got PNR. Never heard of PNR before. I think that's a power company, if I'm not mistaken. So this, again, this is good. This is in our buy territory. You got a signal back here at 83. You're getting another one here at 73. Again, we don't panic if the name goes down, right? We just simply look to buy it again. Warren Buffett says you should be happy when your name goes lower. Right, if you bought right here, if you think this was a good price, which it was, because again, it's sitting at the 4-year average, right? Now you're buying it below the average. So now you're getting a discount. Fair price, discount, right? You look at that cheat sheet once again. Fair price is at the mean, discounted price is below the mean, right? So again, I don't know about these companies. You guys need to do your own fundamental research, but I just try to tell you guys where I see on what I see on the chart from the technicals. Okay, it's a falling knife right now, but it does have a green dot. So if you're playing that and you wanted to use a stop loss, you could use it right there at 70. What I'd wait for on PNR is for this thing to get back up over these EMAs, okay? That is actually an update I want to talk about real quick that I made in the Discord today. So I actually added, and I figured out how to do this, guys. Again, I'm trying to constantly tweak this and make it as best as I possibly can for you guys over here. One thing I did was I added the price that these alerts are getting called out at. So you guys can actually see the price over here now, okay, on these signals. So you can see Wing is showing a green dot on the weekly chart, and it tells you what price it's showing it at. So you could see CELH is showing a weekly, showing a green dot on the weekly chart and it will tell you the price. So you guys could actually see the price that the alerts get called out at over here. I figured out how to add that in today. And then the other thing I added in was I added in the EMA ribbon cross alert. So that will be called out in the daily alert. What this alert means is when price crosses over, one sec here, let me go back here. So again, I added this into the daily alert section here. This is now added. Again, it'll tell you the price. I just want to explain what an EMA ribbon cross is. Let me see if I can go find a name real quick. Let's just do like INJ real quick because we already covered that. So I've talked about the EMA ribbon a lot here. Again, you'll learn about it in the free course over there in the Discord if you guys are new. But it's really easy to tell, okay, when we're in a bear market or a bull market, okay, with the EMA ribbon. Because when price is trending below the EMA ribbon, we're in a downtrend, right? The bears are in control. The bears have been in control of INJ since all the way back here in September of 2025. So just under a year, this thing's been trending down, 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 to down, to down, down. But you can see right here, what happened right here? You got an EMA crossover, okay? So the EMA crossover happens when price breaks above those EMAs, okay? This means the bulls are stepping in. They're coming into control. And I am happy to announce that I have figured out how to set up an alert for when that happens, okay, on our names, on our watch lists. Okay, because that is a very bullish indication. This is just as bullish as a weekly alert or a monthly alert, in my opinion. Okay, that is my signal to buy here on the daily chart. Okay, I love to see that EMA crossover. That is a very bullish indication that the bulls are stepping into control when you see that happen. So, again, that is now being called out over inside of the Discord under that daily alert section. You guys will get that in real time. Again, it doesn't happen very often for names. Okay, we had a few of them go off today. We had a couple on, let's see here. We had like DCM or DXCM, BBAI, OKLO, MRK, FET. Okay, so all of those that were called out over there in Discord today, okay, are going off today, right? Those are going. So BBAI was another one. Okay, again, BBAI has been in a long down. We crossed down right here in November. Okay, that was November of 2025. Okay, and we've been in a downtrend, but now what are we doing? Now the EMA is crossing up, which is a bullish indication. Does it mean that this is the 100% bottom? No. Okay, no strategy, no indicator, no anything can get you 100%. If these indicators were 100%, okay, I like to say we're anywhere between 70 and 80%. And the longer you're willing to wait on these signals, right? If you're willing to wait like 6 months on these signals, guys, I'm very confident it's anywhere from 75 to 80% accurate. So if you make 10 trades off these signals, I think 7 to 8 of them are going to turn out winners if you're willing to wait the 6-month period. Now, if you go up to a year, if you're willing to wait a year, okay, and you're not buying meme coins and penny stocks, obviously, good quality projects, right? Good quality companies, okay? I think that percentage goes up to 85 to 90%. If you're willing to wait 2 years, I mean, I don't want to say it's 100% because nothing is, but you're probably in that 90% range if you're literally buying. Like if you were to buy this BBAI crossover here and wait 2 years, the chances of you being in profit, as long as BBAI doesn't collapse as a company, right, which is always a risk. That's why you can never say 100% because they can get sued or do something stupid, and right, the CEO dies like Ondo today. Jeez. May he rest in peace. Okay, but hopefully that makes sense. So those alerts are now being called out over there, guys. I think that's going to be very helpful for you. I think it's a really good signal to pay attention to. So that's over there in the Discord now. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. I see another one here from the chat for Morpho. So again, where did Morpho break out, right? Morpho had the EMA cross like right here at $1. Okay, so boom, there was your entry. This thing's now sitting up from $1.24 all the way up here to $2.22. So this one's in the red zone. Whenever my asset reaches the red zone, I'll sell at least 25 to 50%. If you don't want to sell here, I'd put a stop loss at like 195. 195 on the stop loss. That thing could break out. If that gets over 250 tomorrow or this week, you should see that one really, really push up here. So if you want to protect your gains, yeah, just use a stop loss probably around that $2 level. You could use it right there at like 190. Set a stop loss at 190. That was a great signal to buy. Anytime you see price pull back like that and these EMAs are trending up and you get a green dot down here while the EMAs are still crossed up, right? When they're crossed up, we're in a bull run. When they're crossing down, we're in a downtrend, okay? So hopefully you guys understand that EMA ribbon. It's becoming one of my favorite indicators. When you pair this with these signals and the Fibonacci, I mean, I believe we have like the best. If you guys know how to use this, it's so simple. Okay, we don't necessarily want to buy when things are trending down like this. Okay, we want to buy after the breakout, right? Boom. okay, or on a green dot, right, a weekly. Okay, you could have bought Morpho right here at $1.20. That was kind of right around where that EMA crossed. Okay, I think we said 124, and now it's pushed up to 2. You're already up 100% almost off the signal. So I like this one above 190. It needs to hold 190. I'd really like to see it hold 190. But like I said, if that thing could break out over like 240, 250, you should see that one fly this week. So you could protect your gains with a stop loss around 190. Set a stop loss at 190 on that. What else we got? OWN, is that a stock? I don't see that one. IBM, good request. Okay, so IBM had a big signal last week go off. So again, we broke out over the EMAs. Now what are we looking for? We're looking for this to kind of retrace back into the EMAs. I think if you could buy this one right here at around 240, that'd be good. It's another quantum computing play. I like IBM here. I think it doesn't have the monthly yet, but I like it here. I like IBM a lot here. It's got a green dot here on the weekly. So pretty much that green dot's telling you that, hey, this level right here at 210 is the bottom. Okay, if you want to use a tighter stop loss, you could use it at 240, but I like it here. I'd like to see it break out over 260, but I'd be a buyer of IBM here with a target of 3 to 310. KTOS, I was looking at this one today as well. This is a defense company. Again, everybody was excited about this stock up here at $130. Now no one's talking about it, but you're getting a signal right here on the weekly. So again, what you could do is you could wait till it crosses over that EMA. You don't have to do that because, again, we got the green weekly. So that is a buy signal for us. Okay, we don't have to be one-dimensional. Up above $49, this one looks good. I'd like to see it break out over the orange line to confirm the uptrend. But again, sell signal came back here at around 110. These ones came right here at 70 and 110. So again, we want to buy down here. The last time it was all the way down here was back in 2022 at $9. Okay, we want to buy when the wave is below the white line. Okay, and that wave is way below it. So looks like their earnings are doing pretty decent. They're pretty stagnant. I think these guys had a big parabolic move because World War III, obviously. But up above 50, I think this one looks decent. I'd like to see it break out over the orange line, okay, or these EMAs, okay, because right now we're in a downtrend. I know it has a green dot on the weekly, but we're in a downtrend. If you're going to play the green dot on the weekly, you could set a stop loss at $50. Okay, but I'd like to see bulls step in and get back over those EMAs. Otherwise, we could just chop around. We could just go sideways for a while, kind of like XRP is doing right now. Okay, we're just sideways, sideways, sideways. Nothing's going on, right? Very boring price action. Okay, and it's okay. We want to buy when things are boring. I see one for NASA. Yeah, this thing's brand new. Looks like a space ETF. Look how high the wave is. I'm taking profits on that. CLSK, that one getting pretty extended off the EMAs here. Target on that's anywhere from 20 to 22. Looking for the red dot on the weekly. I'd probably trim some here. I'd sell a little bit here just because of how far we are off the EMA there. Okay, that's really getting an extension there. Again, if you entered off of our signal, you were entering down here in April at $8. Once again, if you're up 100%, it's okay to trim some. It's okay to take a little bit of profit up 100%. Okay, 100% moves are insane. Like, most people are happy with 5% a year on their portfolios. If you're making 100%, you're outperforming everybody by 20x. Okay, so don't get greedy. I'd watch for the red dot on the weekly, or maybe even consider taking some off here, or you could set a trailing stop loss right there at around 16 for CLSK. I see one for Ondo. Again, as I mentioned, the CEO, I guess, died. They didn't tell us how. I'm pretty sure he probably got whacked, but who knows? Who knows? Red dot there on the daily. Again, we got our signal down here at 25 cents. It went up to 50 cents. Once again, that's a 100% move right there. Target on this would be up here between 90 cents and $1 if you still believe in it. The CEO dying, I'm not going to lie, that's a little weird. But we'll see how the price reacts. That's a fundamental thing that we have no control over, right? Technicals, where did we broke out? Perfect time to buy right there when it pulled back into the EMAs. Again, we don't want to buy when we're off the mean, right? We love the breakout, but we don't want to rush in. We want to wait for it to correct back down into it and then play the bounce. AERO, this is Aerodrome Finance. Sitting right on those EMAs on the daily. I love it. Again, we broke out over here. Okay, now we're just kind of trending sideways above 40 cents. We got a red dot right there on the weekly, so lots of red dots here on crypto. I'd put a stop loss right there at 38. 38 on the stop loss, 38 cents on the stop loss there for Aerodrome. Target up here is still 120 to 140. DIA. DIA needs a green dot. Again, lowest price it's ever been, so technically it's the best price it's ever been to buy. ZBEC. ZBEC got a red dot last week. It looks like that one actually is getting close to breaking down below its support level. 0.0027 is the level we're watching. We want to see it hold that level. If that breaks, we could come back down here to about a penny and a half. But I actually like where this one's sitting at right now. I'd be a buyer of ZBCN. Okay, we did get the signal down here at around 2 cents. If you're looking to ladder into this, right, you just want to make sure it holds that low right there from, what was that, last week, from May 19th. If that breaks down, right, you could expect to probably buy it at 2.5 or down here at 0.002. Again, target's still up here at around 5 cents. That had a really nice move already, though. I told you guys to take some off right there around 0.004. That was right here on this dot right here. I said take some off back here in April. Okay, now it's kind of corrected a little bit. So, again, when a name goes up 100%, there's normally profit taking, right? The people buying down here are normally taking a little bit of profit when they're up 100% on their position. Okay, 100% move is really good. I know everyone wants to talk about the 900,000. Those just aren't realistic. But if you can do this consistently, right, 100% consistently, okay, you will be profitable in these markets. You'll outperform everybody if you can do it consistently. So I would watch 2.5 cents. If it goes down there, I'd probably look to buy some more. You could add here. I'm not a seller just yet, but up above that 0.0024 level, I like it. Not really sure which way we're going to break right now just because we got all these red dots. I would like to see a green dot come back here either this week or next week. It's sitting right on the yearly moving average, right? That white line is the yearly moving average. The blue line's the 4-year. Okay, so we're sitting right on the average price over a year. Again, this is when I heard about ZBEC. Okay, when we were way up here. This is when everyone was talking about it. What did I do? I didn't buy. Okay, I added it to my watch list, right? We wait for a pullback, a green dot, that's where we enter. So if you entered off the last one, you're still up on your position significantly. If you entered on this one, you're still up on the position. Okay, and again, if you didn't take profits up there at 0.004, you can now look to add again on the next green dot if you're accumulating ZBCN here. Pyth, good request. Down here at 4 cents. Okay, looking for the green dot. You're going to get another opportunity to add to this. We got our signal back here at the same price, right? 4 cents is where we got our signal in April. It's now sitting at 4 cents again after going up to 6. So 50% move, pull back. Okay, all of us want this big breakout to the upside. Unfortunately, we're stuck in a consolidation phase, right? Not going up, not going down, right? We're just going sideways, right? Sideways action is okay. We're not scared of that. WLD. Breaking out. See how it broke out over that orange line? That means it's probably breaking out over the EMAs as well. This is WLD. This looks really good. This thing's breaking out really nicely here. That is a confirmed breakout. I like this one a lot over 25 cents. That looks really good here. That is a big macro breakout right there on WLD. I heard a little bit about this coin, but not much. Can you buy it on Robinhood? No, you can't. Probably buy it on Coinbase though, I'm guessing. WLD USD. Yeah, you can. You can buy it on Coinbase, but that's a pretty big breakout. I heard a lot of hype about this coin. I just really don't know what it is. If someone can enlighten me on what it does, that'd be great. But John, that looks really good, brother. That looks really good right here. That's probably my favorite request of the day right now is WLD. That looks really good. We got BX or BWXT. Stochastics on the floor. If you're gonna play this one, use a stop loss at 190. But again, our time to buy was down here at like 90. AMTM. Okay, this one looks better. Okay, again, way down here. We got the wave down here. Okay, the only thing we're looking for now is a green dot. This one has support right there at 21. We bounced at 21 back here in 2025 and ripped. So we're right back down into where the buyers stepped in last time, right? The buyers stepped in here and pushed it higher. The bulls took over control right here at 21. We can see that from the data. Okay, the only thing we're missing is a green dot here on the weekly on that one, but that one looks interesting. XCN, this one is not doing anything either, right? We haven't gone anywhere since November, right? We've been going sideways for 7 months, but hopefully you guys are staking this one on their website, earning anywhere from 26 to 55% APY right now if you pair it with Ethereum. Again, earning passive income as it goes sideways, and then when we get the big move higher, that's when we can take our profits. But I'm just continuing to stake and accumulate this one on a daily basis. Okay, we haven't had that big move. We're not going to sell this one until the wave comes back up here. Okay, this was all the way up here at 5 cents. It's sitting at less than half a penny now. That one is on Robinhood though. XCN we covered. PENGU. This is the penguin, the meme coin that everyone was talking about up here at 5 cents. Okay, and it's right here into the EMA. So I'd probably look to buy this one on a daily alert if I wanted to own it. You want to make sure this maybe goes away here. I'd definitely put a stop loss on this one if I was in the position at like 0.008. That's just the low from a couple weeks ago. If that breaks down, we're probably going lower. I don't trade meme coins. I like to buy good quality projects that have utility. Again, I can't completely speak for the Pudgy Penguins, but based on its name and its logo, I'm not interested. But again, I'd put a stop loss if you have it at like 0.008. You don't want to ride that puppy down. Again, anytime I see a red dot, I always ask myself, should I use a stop loss? What's my plan here? Should I use a stop loss, and if it breaks down, I can get back in on the next green dot? Should I just hold it through it and then buy again on the next green dot, or should I short it? Those are the three questions I ask myself on a red dot here. I see one for Chen for Floki in the chat. Floki. Again, this one's doing a whole lot of nothing, just consolidating right now. Okay, pretty dead project. Not a lot of people talking about it anymore. Again, this was all the hype back here at 0.003. Now no one's talking about it, down 99%. So just look for the signal. Again, you got a signal back here in March at around 0.000002. It's sitting at around the same price that signal came at. So we'd still be buyers of that down here if we wanted to own it. What do we do? Epic? We cover Epic? Yeah, Epic's at the lowest price it's ever been. So again, if you're bullish on an asset, if Apple was sitting at the lowest price it's ever been in history, you would be buying Apple, right? We want to buy charts that look like this. They're going up and to the right, okay? I don't want to buy charts that look like this, okay? Down and to the right, okay? We want to buy things that are trending up. You look at like Ethereum, right? Up and to the right. Chainlink, okay? Up and to the right, okay? Up and to the right. Bitcoin, up and to the right. XRP, up and to the right. Okay, so that's the kind of assets we're looking for. Again, if you ask me if it's a good time to buy your asset and it's sitting at the lowest price it's ever been, I have to say it's a good time to buy, because there's never been a better time to buy the asset. You're buying it cheaper than anybody else that has ever bought it. Okay, but what I will say is fundamentals matter. Right? If you're buying a project that doesn't have utility, that people aren't talking about, that people don't care about, people don't use their tech, it's probably going to go to zero. That's why I always encourage you guys to do your own research on these names, okay? Because I can't do all the fundamental research for you. I'm the chart guy. I'll tell you where it is on the chart. I'll tell you whether or not I think it's a fair price, a discounted price, or a cheap price. You look at ServiceNow, okay? Massive company here, okay? Making $3 to 4 billion a quarter. Okay, this was another one Trump was talking about. Okay, again, where's it at? Okay, where's the 4-year average? The 4-year average is the blue line. Okay, we are currently sitting off of the 4-year average down 30%. So this is like going to the gas station today and saying, hey, gas is 30% off. Come on in. Okay, I'm going out of the door right now. I'm getting my wife. She's getting in her car. I'm getting in my car. We're going down. We're gassing up. We're bringing all the gas cans with us because we're loading up, because we're trading at a discounted price, right? We don't want to buy things way up off the average, right? Everybody and their mother's talking about MU right now. Everybody and their mother's talking about AMD right now, okay? Have these had great runs? Absolutely. Where should you buy AMD though? Right here in March at $200. You're up 150%. Should we be buying it now? That just depends on the individual. If you're day trading, great stocks to trade. But if you're a swing trader that you're going to buy this and hold it for 6 months, not good. Not good. And that's our strategy. We're not day traders, guys. We're swing traders. We're swing trading here. Okay? Okay? If you want to go to the gas station and buy your gas 70%, okay, higher than normal, all the power to you. Feel free. I ain't going to stop you. I'll tell you, it's probably not the smartest thing to do, but I think you can figure that out. Okay? And again, none of this is financial advice, guys. I just trade on technicals. We have a strategy that we follow to the T over in the Discord. Okay, right under here under the trading rules tab. Okay, that'll tell you our strategy. That'll tell you how we buy, how we sell. You can learn all that in the trading course too. Okay, and again, all the indicators you can download that we're talking about here. You can get the 4-year moving average, the 1-year moving average, the Fibonacci, the red and green dots, all that, right? You click that link in the trading indicator tab, all the indicators load right up. They all load right up into your account. Here's another meme coin someone's requesting. Again, this thing's down at the lowest point it's ever been. The lowest price it has ever been. So again, as someone who thinks about the market logically, you're buying it at the best price ever. Okay, if you believe in the project, you believe it's going up, it's the best price it's ever been at. Okay, the best price. VST. Vista Corp. That one's chopping, but it does have a green weekly here. Is it breaking out? Yeah, it's breaking out over those EMAs. So I like this one as long as it holds on to 130. You could even move your stop loss up to 140. And it does have resistance. You guys can see how many times it's been rejected right there in that level. You want to see it break out of 180. But if you entered off this signal right here on the 20th at 140, that was a really good trade. Your target would be up here between 200 and 220. But when these stocks go sideways like this, right, it's very choppy. This is a good trader's market. It's a good time to trade the stock when it's just sideways. Okay. But we want to buy right down here. And it actually is giving us a signal here. So we would be long VST here at 164. Excuse me. What are you looking for, Joel? VST, yeah, I just covered it, brother. Got you. Didn't cover that one yet. Zcash, again, where's the wave? Wave's up here. Are we looking to buy when the wave's up here? No, we're looking to buy when the wave's down here. Again, we get one good time of year, guys. One good time of year to buy our asset. Okay, this one right here came in March 2026. You had that right there at $200. That thing went all the way up there to 600. That's a 200% move. You take your profits. You're happy. You're thanking God. Okay, and you're moving on. Okay, 232% so far from March. That was a 2-month trade from here to here, 2 months. Again, sometimes these bang out. Sometimes these go really fast. Sometimes they take longer. Okay, you can't time the market, right? You can't be exact. I say 1 to 6 months because sometimes, right, from March to May, March, April, May. That's a 2-month move from 200 to 600. You made 200% in 2 months. Okay, you're going to get greedy and hold here and hope that it keeps going higher? If that's you, go ahead. That's your strategy. I'd be taking some off here, though. Again, it's up here in the red zone. We'd be selling Zcash here, taking our profits. That's what we'd be doing on Zcash. SPA. And again, if Zcash goes up to 1,000, we don't care. We're following our strategy. We're staying disciplined. Okay, everything we do here is based on 3 things, guys. Logic, data, and discipline. Logic is our strategy, right? We want to buy when the wave is down here, sell when it's up here. We want to buy into the moving averages. We don't want to buy way up off the moving averages. Okay? The data is our chart, right? The data is the data that we go off of, and discipline is just our ability to stick to our plan, to do what we say we're going to do. Okay? Just because something goes down doesn't mean we have to panic and flee away from our strategy, right? Okay? The reason it's so important to have a plan is so you don't get emotional and make a bad impulsive decision. Okay? I'm not taking profits on my asset unless it comes up here and gives me a red dot, or it comes up here in the red zone. Okay? SPA, again, lowest price it's ever been. If you believe in the project, it is lower than it has ever been in history. I see one here for Robinhood. Good request here. I still really like Robinhood. I think this one actually had a red dot pop this week. Yeah, it has a red dot popping. So again, if you want to set a stop loss, you can use it right there at 63. You can also short the stock if you think it's gonna break down, or you could sit here and do nothing and see how this plays out. Okay, if we print a red and go down here to $60, what are we gonna do? We're gonna buy the next green dot that we get. Okay, we're gonna dollar cost average because again, realistically, if you think this thing's going back to 160, which is where it was back here in September, okay. Is it really going to matter when it goes back up to 160 if you bought it at $60 or if you bought it at $70? It's not going to matter, right? It's really not going to matter. And we got this green dot back here in March, literally at $74, right where the price is sitting right now. So you're getting it right now at the price you got this signal at. Okay, so pay attention to price, where price is. Okay, don't right. This does mean we could flush. This does mean we can go down to 60 or maybe come back into the 4-year here at 50. But again, if it does, what are we going to do? Are we going to panic and sell? No. We're just going to look to add to our bags, right? Hopefully a lot of you guys have jobs, right? And you're working and you're making income. You should be investing 10 to 15% of your paycheck every single month, right? So this has just gone nowhere in 3 months. So if you've had 3 months to accumulate Robinhood stock, you could just be buying Robinhood stock every single week or however much you get paid, just throwing a little bit in, building your position. When price rockets and goes back up here, this is when you sell your position. Now you have cash. Now you can go find the next trade. So I like Robinhood at these prices. I actually do own a position on Robinhood. I think it's a great company. QBTS we already covered. You're going to have to watch the replay on that, but I'm still bullish on quantum stocks. CLF really taken off here. Again, we called this one out last week. This one looks really good. Once again, we talked about that EMA ribbon here at the beginning of the of the stream. You can see, again, we're in a downtrend when we're below the EMAs, but when we break out above it, okay, and you get that pull back into it, that's a beautiful setup right there. That one looks like it's heading back up there to the red zone, looking really good. I'd be looking to sell this one on the next red dot here on the daily or the red dot here on the weekly, but that looks very strong, very good breakout. Another one that's really breaking out here is Good RX. Again, how long have we been in a downtrend? For a very, very, very long time. We broke out right here. We went sideways. We broke out more. We pulled back. I think I entered like right here at like 240, 250 off that signal. So I'm long on GDRX over 240, okay, targeting up here in the red zone. Okay, and again, I'm willing to wait 6 months for it to get back up here. It could go back up there tomorrow, right? They can announce some news partnership, and it's back up at $5 tomorrow. But it might take 5, 4, 5, 3, 6 months, right? I don't know how long it's going to take. All I know is I'm sticking to my strategy and I'm staying disciplined, because price normally does always retract to that red zone eventually, right? You had the breakout right here, the pullback, chopped around, and it went up to the red zone. You could have took profits right there. Boom. Got back in here, took profits back here. Okay, you guys get the point, right? As soon as that EMA crosses over, okay, that's when the bulls are really stepping into control. So anytime that crosses over and it pulls back into that ribbon, that's a good time to buy, especially on one of these green dots here. Still wanting to buy into it. I think it's way undervalued. Yeah, that's extremely undervalued. So I bought ACN today because I think it's undervalued. I mean, you look at how much money they're making, $18 billion a quarter. I mean, they're down from 400 to 177, but Intuit is another name, another stock that I think looks very undervalued here at 300. Okay, it's a falling knife right now, but this would be like this is a long-term investment for you. So a couple things you could do. Again, you could buy at 300. I think 300 is a good solid number to buy this stock at. I think they do pay a dividend. I mean, they're making tons of money. These guys own TurboTax. They also do books for like businesses and stuff like that. I use them for my books, for my businesses, and if it gets over these EMA ribbons, that's when it's really going to get into breaking back out. I think it's a good long-term investment, right? I don't think we have the signal yet. We don't have the signal yet, so like you said, you can wait on the signal if that's what you want to do, but I think 300 is a good round number for this one. Again, if you're looking at it from the 4-year average, it's sitting 44%, almost half off of the average price over 4 years, so that's a really good price. I mean, if it comes down to 250, you could just simply buy more, but I am definitely taking a look at Intuit too, because it is a very strong company, very big company. And again, we want to buy good companies, great companies at great prices. And this thing is literally down 60 to 70% from the high back here at 800. What else we got? We already covered Now. Now looks really good. PLTR. Okay, this thing's down from 200 down here to 1. It's chopping. So people are probably just day trading this right now. The macro support right now sits at 120. So if you have a position on this, if you're playing that signal, watch 120, but if you look at the chart, again, we're just going nowhere. So 120 is a good stop loss if you're playing that signal. That's just the low from April there. Okay, I don't know how I feel about this company, to be honest with you. They really don't make that much money. They're literally the most overvalued, one of the most overvalued companies on the market, right? Everyone talks about forward earnings and how much they're going to make in the future, but none of that matters, dude. None of that matters. We are getting our signals down here, though. We've gotten 1, 2, 3, all at this same price at 130. So if you're long PLTR, I'd use a stop loss at 120. 120 on the stop loss. Not my favorite stock, though. If it came down to 80, I would buy it. But I don't know. It's just too choppy for me right here. AKT, good request here. This one's really taken off for us as well. We got our signal back here in March at around 36 cents. It's up to 90 cents right now. And looking really good. That's still got a little room to go up there to the red zone. I'm looking to sell mine on the next daily red dot. I think this thing's going to pop up here to like 1 to 120. The wave is pretty extended. That's what's getting me right now. So I'm looking for one more big push up, maybe to like 140, 150, and then I'll be taking profits. But I am watching this one for a sell signal on the red dot again. I think I entered this one like right here at around 47 cents. So I'm up 100% on my position. And it does have resistance right here. So again, I'm just watching for a signal. I think crypto's about to break back out. Okay, I think we're sitting in the middle of a bear trap. I mean, people are saying, "Oh my gosh, Ethereum is crashing today." Ethereum's down 2% today, right? It just hasn't moved. Okay, we're still above our support level that we hit back there in February at around 1,700. Okay, as long as that holds, we're bullish on Ethereum. Okay, any dip, any red days are buying opportunities as long as we hold 1700. But I still like ATT. I think that one still has a little bit of juice left in the tank. We got Path, P-A-T-H. Looks good. Got the MACD crossover. You got the green dot. You got the crossover here on the EMAs. This thing looks very strong here above $9. Root. Root's also breaking over that EMA. This is actually really good. This looks really good. Okay, these guys make, how much money do these guys make a quarter? They make about $400 million. They're kind of a small company, not too big, but over $40, I think it looks good. You can move your stop loss up on this to like $50. $50 on the stop loss, as long as that holds, right? We look good back here to 140, 150. So what about if a stock in the red zone for like Google or TSM, can they stay in those zones for the long term? Yeah, they can keep going after the red zone. So if you look at Google, right, it could keep going. It could definitely keep going. You can see it pulled back into the EMA here. Okay, just because it's in the red zone doesn't mean the move's going to stop. That's just our target, right? We're traders. If you don't have a selling strategy, you're not a trader, right? You're just buying and holding at that point, right? And you're selling, right? Again, I just like to reference the 40-year average. Like, I think these stocks are in a bubble. There's no question right now that these stocks are in a bubble. Okay, Google's sitting 47% off the average. So if I was playing Google right here, I would use a stop loss at this low right here from May 4th. This month's low right there at 375. If it breaks 375, or maybe I'd set it at like 370, I would sell it. Why would I sell it? Because we got a red dot right here on the weekly. Okay, does that mean we're going to go down? No, it doesn't. But does it mean we can go down? Absolutely. Okay, so I would use caution here, because again, if you bought using our strategy, you either bought right here in April at 270, or you bought right here in April of last year at 150. If you bought at 150, well, you're up over 150% on the trade, 160%. Okay, so I don't want to ride it all the way back down to this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a stop loss and protect my capital, because again, when we hit the red zone, this is like the warning zone. Okay, can it blast off and keep going? Yes. Look at what MU did today. Okay, we got the weekly signal, I think or it didn't even show up last week, but this thing went up 20% today. Okay, added $200 billion. Someone bought $200 billion worth of this stock today. Okay, is it little retail guys buying $200 billion worth of the stock? No, this is manipulation by the smart money, getting all these retail investors super excited, right? Everyone's excited. Everyone's talking about it, right? Don't say sell MU. You're an idiot if you do if you do that, right? But again, our strategy is our strategy, right? We don't sugarcoat it. Again, we are looking to be consistent and disciplined. We're not looking to hit grand slams. Do I want to hit a grand slam? Absolutely. Okay, but it is very hard to do. Okay, it's not going to happen with every single trade. These people in MU right now, they probably think every trade that is just going to go like this for them now. And that's not the case. This is like a once in a 10 to 20 year move. Okay? Again, everyone's really excited up here. Everyone's having a great time up here. These people down here, the smart money, they can't sell. Okay? They can't sell unless retail is buying. Does that make sense? So the people that trade with hundreds of billions of dollars, right? Hundreds of billions with a B, trillions of dollars, right? Those guys can't sell their shares that they bought down here, okay, into the average, into the 4-year average at $70, where we bought back here in April of last year. They can't sell unless retail's buying. So what do? They get Donald Trump to get up on a stage and say, oh, MU, Micron, yes, it's a great company, right? The news is talking about it. Jim Cramer's tweeting about it. Everybody on Twitter's talking about it. Everybody buy MU, okay? Just like XRP back here in July of last year. Guys, my whole Twitter feed was buy XRP, buy XRP, buy XRP. It's going to the moon. It's going to $10,000 by the end of the year. Okay? Again, when you get that separation off of the EMA like that, big warning sign. I've seen this happen over and over and over. There's always profit taken. Okay? These guys that bought down here, if they're still holding, they're trying to dump the bag on you guys. So your exit liquidity up here, your exit liquidity for the smart money. Okay, you're buying when everyone else is excited. You're buying when everybody else is greedy. You weren't buying when people were fearful. Okay, and again, if you want to buy this at $900 after it's already gone up 1,400% in the last year, 1,400%, it's already up. Can it keep going? Yeah. But I would not hold a position here for 6 months. If you want to day trade it, all the power to you. We are not day traders though here. We are swing trading. We would not take a position all the way up here in the red zone and hold it for 6 months, because most likely in the next 6 months, this thing will be trading between $200 and $400. Okay, $200 and $400 in the next 6 months. That's where I think MU will be. Is it exciting right now if you're a day trader? Absolutely, right? You should just be screaming, right? I love MU, like everybody is. But again, as swing traders, we're not buying, right? We're not going to Walmart because they got a sign outside that says, hey, everything's 80% more expensive. Everything's marked up, not marked down. It's marked up 80%. Everybody come on in, right? And everyone's just running in the door. Everyone's just, they grabbing 2 carts. They're fighting, they're fist fighting, trying to throw the TVs into the cart. You know, they're having a good time. They're out of their minds. They're sheep to the slaughter. That's unfortunately how I have to put it. Okay, and this is why I created this channel, guys. Because if I got to play the devil's advocate, I will. Okay, if you look at things from a logical data perspective, which is what we should do if we're investing, right? It's not a good time to buy if you're looking at things from a 4-year aspect and it's up 80%. Is it the greatest company in the world? Sure, that's great. But again, our goal here at Overkill Trading is to buy great companies, right? Is MU a great company? Yeah, it's a great company. Probably one of the best in the world now that it's $1 trillion market cap. But is that at a great price? Great company at a great price. Great company, check. Okay. Great price? Where's the indicator? No, not a great price. This was a great price. Okay. You got a green dot right there at 400, but this was our signal. If you didn't buy right there, again, it's not our strategy. So if you're a day trader, yeah, I encourage you to go day trade this. I do. I mean, it's volatile AF, but no way I would be taking a 6-month long here, looking at maybe January 2027, right? And that's what we do here. That's our strategy. Again, it's all laid out in the course. I don't make this up as I go. We buy and we hold for 6 months. If a name is way up here, we don't want to buy it, okay? We want to buy down in this area. V-Chain, that one's still holding its monthly alert as well down there at around half a penny. Is this a dead chain? I don't know. Okay, that thing got clobbered after it hit 8 cents back here in December. So again, lowest price it's ever been. Green monthly dot. Okay, if you believe in the project, believe in the company, looks like a good time to buy down there at around half a penny. VVV, green dot came back here at 20. If you're gonna buy this one here off that green dot, use a stop loss at like 31 on the stop loss for VVV. Cody, CODI. Nice move, got a red dot right there, so you want to set your stop loss probably at 10. I'd be taking some off on this. Ooh, it's still above that EMA. You could be targeted up here between 14 and 16. I'd definitely put a stop, though, at like 10 bucks. LEU, energy company, still below the EMAs. Need the green dot. Okay, it's trying to put in a double bottom right there at 160. You need that signal. Plume, Plume. Plume just trying its hardest to break out here. It's trying so hard. Okay, got the green dot back here at around 0.009. It's up around 40%. Again, we're just stuck in a consolidation phase right now. We're just going sideways. Target's still 10 to 12 cents on this. Okay, again, we haven't moved in literally 6 months. We've been going sideways. So you've had 6 months to accumulate this name. Okay, you're going to sell when you get the red dot here on the weekly. I have a position on Plume. CRO, again, very easy chart to trade here. You want to buy when the wave is down here given a green dot, right? That happened back here in 2023, 3 years ago at 5 cents, went up to 20 cents. Came back down here to 6 cents, went all the way up to 23 cents. Came back down here to 7 cents, went all the way up to 40 cents. Came back down here to, it's sitting at 7. I don't know if that's like a thing that kids do or something these days, but sitting at around 6 cents down here. Again, that was the low from last year, the low from 2024. So I would say this looks like a really good price for CRO. Again, everyone was really hyped up about this at 40 cents when they partnered with DJT, Trump's media company, and then it sold all the way off. So I like it down here. If you're long on the project, if you believe in it, I think it looks good. How do I determine where to put the stop loss? I use the previous low. So let's see if we could use an example here. I'll just go to Ethereum, right? If we're using Ethereum, we're using a stop loss on Ethereum. So the only way we set a stop loss is if we get a red dot on the weekly, right? That's when we want to put our stop loss in. So for example, right now, depending on how conservative you want it to be, I use the previous low. So my stop loss on ETH would be right here at 1700. Okay, that's down here from the February. That was the previous low off this green dot. So this green dot came in right there at 1900. If you entered on the signal, you're still up on your Ethereum position if you didn't trade options. Okay, if you traded the stock or the asset, you're still up off the signal even after this 3-week pullback. So I use the previous low off the signal. So again, you got the green dot right here. That was 1900. You look back a couple weeks. There was the low point right there at 17. Okay, so I put my stop loss at 1700 on Ethereum. Okay, or you could zoom into the daily and you can really pinpoint it. But mostly I'm using the weekly on the stop losses. Okay, again, if you got this red dot up here at 4,400, I would have been taking profits because it's up here. But you also could have set a stop loss at like 4,000. And if it broke 4,000, obviously it puked all the way back down. So just depends where the chart is at. Hopefully that makes sense. And I got a video on how to set that stop loss also inside of the Discord. Free course, guys. Completely free if you guys are interested in this stuff. AMD went crazy too. Yeah. Everyone wants chip stocks right now. Where'd we buy AMD? Okay, I'm pretty sure I could pull up the receipt for AMD here. Okay, I just practice what I preach, guys. That's a big thing for me, right? I always show my trades, my wins, my losses. Okay, I bought AMD down here. Okay, down here, I believe that was at like $90. And again, I sold it probably up here at around 180 because again, that's just my strategy. If a stock keeps going like this, great. Okay, you did have another opportunity to buy this right here at 190, but look where the wave is now. Okay, look where the wave is. I can't find it here. Did I play the options? What was that? 2025? I could have swore we traded this last year. Must have been options. I must have bought options on it. Because here's a buy from 2023. That was at $113 right here in 2023. But that was all the way back here. That doesn't make any sense. That was all the way back here. 2023 was like right here. Right in this area. Big pop, huh? I could have sworn I traded that last year. Maybe not. Maybe I traded options or something. I can't remember. But again, you guys get my point, right? We want to buy when the wave is down here. We don't want to buy when things look like this. Like, this is just stupid territory. This is just, they're reeling in all the retail traders saying, oh my gosh, it's the next NVIDIA. It's the next big thing, right? We call that the new paradigm phase. Right? New paradigm. Yeah, it's the best thing ever. Delusion. It's never going down. It's going straight up. You're an idiot if you don't buy it up here at $900 or $500, right? When it's already ran up from last year, April of last year, about a year ago, 500% up. So we don't want to buy stuff that's up 500%. That's just not what we do here at Overkill Trading. Is it going on a moonshot? Yes. But again, we don't get emotional about moonshots. It's just not a strategy. Okay, it's all built on hope, not data, but hope. Open door, again, where was everyone talking about open door, guys? Again, you see this over and over and over and over again. It's a pattern, right? Markets don't go straight up or straight down. They move in waves. They go up and they go down. Everyone was talking about open door up here at 10. Now it's sitting down here at $4 and you don't hear really anything. I'd just be watching $4. I'd definitely put a stop loss at $4.90 on that one. If it breaks down below that, you're probably heading back down here to 2. I don't think this company really even makes that much money. I guess they're beating their earnings by a little bit, but I think the real estate market's really rough right now for some of these companies. I know a lot of real estate agents that are having a really hard time right now financially, just because no one's really buying and selling homes. CRSR, see how it pulled back into the EMA right there? That was a beautiful place to buy at 6. Things pushing up. It looks like it's at about $9 here after hours. Our target on that's around 10. Looks really good. Waves up there, so we'd be selling on the next red dot here on the daily. Watch for that. Sold my AMD and TSM, still watching it rip. Yeah, but that's the thing though. You made money, right? You made money on your trade, so you shouldn't be mad if it keeps going, right? That's just emotion kicking in. I mean, TSM's not really still going up. It's been stuck here between 4 and 425 for the last 3 weeks, just going sideways. Okay, if you make money on your trade, guys, you shouldn't be mad. Again, you should have bought TSM back here in April of last year at 144, right into our moving average. That was your place to buy TSM. Up here, I think you're really smart for taking profits at 400 because, again, we're sitting off the 4-year average right now, 50%. Everything's 50% more expensive than the fair value over the last 4 years, okay? The fair value is just the average price. Can we all agree that the fair value is the average price over the last 4 years? If you're looking at things from a 4-year perspective, things are 50%, trading at a 50% premium. Yeah, and you take profits on something like this that's ran really hard, and then you buy stuff that's beat up, right? You buy something like Robinhood that's down 60%, right? Robinhood already crashed, right? It's already down. You go find the names, look at PayPal, okay? PayPal's at a 10-year low right now. 10-year low on PayPal right now. PayPal's a huge company, making tons of money. HIMS, right? HIMS was all the way up here at 70, it's down to 24. Okay, HIMS is way down. Look how much it sold off. So it's all about rotation, right? Rotation, right? If you're up that big on MU, congratulations. You made a ton of money. But again, it's not profit until you take profit. It's not profit until you hit the sell button. Okay? You can post all the gains that you want on Twitter and tell everybody how great you are, but until you hit that sell button, you haven't made any money. You have made $0. It's not recorded as profit until you take that profit. So again, our strategy would be to sell MU and go find a beat up stock. Go find another stock that, like ACN. I bought ACN today, right? Go buy something like ACN that's down, like it's way down. We're expecting this thing to go back up, right? So why chase something like MU that's already up 800%, okay, when you could buy something like ACN? Again, you take profits on something, you go roll it into something that you think is going up over time. Like look at Uber. Uber's pulled back really hard here. Okay, Uber might break down here, but again, Uber, I'd rather buy Uber here than MU, right? Much rather buy Uber here than MU. Okay, down 30% from the highs. Hopefully that makes sense. Where are we at here? Plume. We got Shib. I think I'm going to leave it there, folks. We're going to leave it there for today. I'm going to sign off here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back here tomorrow. We're just going to keep going down this list of requests. If you guys got requests, if you guys are watching the replay, you guys can watch those or put those in over here in the Discord. Obviously, you could always show up to the live streams. I've been trying to go live at about 11 a.m., but today I had something going on. So I'm trying to go live at 11 a.m. Throughout the week. I'll always put the time in the morning. I'll set it for when I'm going live, but I'm shooting for 11 a.m. Pacific time. So you guys can watch out for the lives. You guys can always catch the replays of these lives over here in the Discord. If you guys missed yesterday's, I just updated my portfolio. That is all the stocks and all the crypto that I am currently holding. I went over every single name in that video, so you guys can go watch that. It's also right here on YouTube as well. But hopefully you guys got some value out of this. If you guys could smash a like for me, I appreciate you guys tuning in. God bless you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.